Before I get into today's video, remember to follow me on Twitter. So my Twitter, the link is in the description below. You can also find me. My handle is @JacksonKruger. Come over, say hi, and anyways, back to your regularly scheduled video. All right, let's talk some Jalen Hurts for a second. I find him a very fascinating player, and this is something that I've actually kind of been on a little bit early, which is the difference between Jalen Hurts when he's blitzed versus when he's not blitzed. When teams just drop back and play coverage and get pressure with four, Hurts really struggles, quite frankly. And you don't even need to be getting the pressure as much because, he does play better when he's kept clean versus under pressure, but it's actually not as big of a gap as most players. But versus blitzed versus not blitzed, his passer rating when he's blitzed is 106.4. That's good. His passer rating when he's not blitzed is 73.8. So when you play coverage, that's where the Philadelphia offense struggles. We can put it all on Hurts if we want to, but it is, it's an offensive stat, not really a quarterback stat. But let's talk about what's really going wrong. And quite frankly, he was awful against the Giants. So let's talk about what was so awful. All right, so what's going to happen here is this is going to be, I think, a good example of just a missed throw, quite frankly. It's, again, leaving yards on the table, leaving points on the table. What you're going to have happen is it's going to be a play-action rollout, and Hurts is going to go to the top of the screen. Then what you do is you have Devonta Smith, who's going to run a route that should get underneath the corner zone, sort of towards the offense's deep left, and given the play-action, you can get linebackers out of position. It's a concept that can work. Philadelphia's definitely had success with it so far this season. However, right when this play begins, so you're going to see Hurts does, fake the handoff, or fake the pitch, really, and you see Smith is open. Now, it's a tough throw. Hurts has to throw it, on the run and everything, so him missing this one is understandable, but still, he's going to miss it. Like, watch, this is not an accurate throw. There's no denying that. He did not put that one where he wanted to put it, so, little stuff like that you would like to see him clean up. This in isolation is no big deal, but again, we're kind of painting a broader picture here. Because, then you would get stuff like this, where this is just, I don't know what Hurts was thinking with this one, quite frankly. It's going to be a play action. And again, concept can work. Basically, you hope that the linebackers move in, and then what you do is you kind of have two layers of players who are running further down the field. One deeper and one a little bit shallower. And essentially, there's only one corner in the area. He can't cover both of those guys. That's what you hope happens. It doesn't always work out because, again, there's a safety in the area who can run over and help. Not to mention, you're not always going to fool everyone with a play action, but still, that's the way this concept is designed to work. As you see, Hurts is going to take the snap right here. He runs the play action, and this play is not working. I mean, maybe you could try to hit Smith over the middle, but there is some New York players, there's traffic there. It's a tough throw. I would still say maybe look in that direction because you do have a clean pocket. See if Smith can get open in a second. But what you don't want to do is throw the ball deep down the field. I mean, that would just be a horrible decision, right? So clearly Hurts knows that decision is out. Jalen Hurts throws the ball into double coverage, and this predictably does not go well. In fact, that was probably the best case scenario there. I mean, that's just not a good decision. It isn't. And he got away with one there is the way I would say it. So you could argue that he got unlucky in some aspects. We will get into that. But he also, he did things wrong on his own right for sure. Like this one's another one where it's just a bad decision, which is weird because I feel like one of the things I like about Jalen Hurts is he seemingly makes pretty good decisions for a young player, but his decision-making was bad in this game for sure. It's going to be man coverage. So, basically find a matchup that you like best and look there. And I should mention, again, part of this is situation. No one's really going to get open. Watch, Hurts takes the snap. Nobody is open. Not really anywhere he could throw it. Maybe Dallas Goedert over the middle of the field for a second, but not really. There was traffic in front. So Hurts is scrambling at this point. And really, what should Jalen Hurts do? He should just, throw the ball away. For one thing, it's a third down, but you're at the 2-yard line. You could go for it, or you could kick the field goal. This is just, you cannot throw this one into the end zone here. However, he just, chucks one up. That's just, again, you could argue his receiver fell. Maybe he makes the catch if he's standing up. I don't know. That seems like a dumb decision. I don't think he made the right call at all on that one. I do not think that was a smart decision. But Jalen Hurts, got to be a little bit better than that. That's the way I see it. Also, one like this is kind of another example of a very similar thing. So this is one where on paper, the logic makes sense. It's a cover 3 zone. So you only have a single safety deep. You have a one-on-one matchup outside the numbers. So taking that chance, sure, I get that. It's Quez Watkins who's running the go route. He has had an ability to get past the defense at times. So sure, looking here makes sense. However, right when this play begins, you're going to notice that the safety on this one is immediately running over in that direction. Hurts has not started a throwing motion at all, but Hurts has stared down Quez Watkins, which is getting the safety over. So good read there. This is just one of those plays where you have to realize this is not what's supposed to happen. You have to pay attention to the safety on these plays. This is one I would still qualify as kind of a young player mistake, which isn't the end of the world, but still, it's a young player mistake to make this throw. Hurts does, in fact, just chuck one up, and this is going to, end about as what you would expect it to end. Not a smart decision there from Jalen Hurts. And if he did notice this, there was something over the middle that might have been able to get open, but Hurts just made a bad decision. There's no getting around that. So again, this is the kind of thing you hope for him to learn and grow from. This next one was just odd, quite frankly. That's the best way I can describe it. I don't really put this one on Hurts too much because it was just a weird play. Maybe a little on Hurts. Let me explain. So it's man coverage. It's a cover one man play, and that's Quez Watkins' route on this one. He's running a route over the middle. It's something that can work out, and so it makes sense to look in that direction. Hurts is going to take the snap. He is eventually going to get over to Watkins' route, and you see at this point that it's not really that open, but maybe you could make something work. But it seems like with the contact, Watkins kind of just gives up on the play. Watch, he just stops. Hurts was expecting him to keep going, and it results in an interception. I have a hard time putting too much blame on Jalen Hurts on that play. I do. I think that for someone like Jalen Hurts, it's like, okay, that was more of a miscommunication thing. That one was just odd. But of course, when it rains, it pours, and when you're making dumb decisions, and then that happens, people are less likely to give you the benefit of the doubt. Just simply because that's how we work, is that when we see you make 4 bad plays and 1 play that wasn't really your fault but still ended bad, people are still going to use it against you. So you got to clean up the other stuff, even though that's not really fair. And of course, I have to talk about this one as well, because I want to be very clear. His receivers let him down. I've paused it right here because I want to talk about the play. This was just, it was an unfortunate play, quite frankly, because this could have been an awesome play, really. Watch, you're going to see Jalen Hurts, and basically, I mean, in fairness, Devonta Smith was open. He's not going to hit Smith, but the safety went to take away Smith's route, throws it up to Rieger, and Rieger just drops it right at the goal line right there. That could have been a game winner. That's a heartbreaker. So with all of this chaos, the Eagles still could have won, even despite how many bad plays Jalen Hurts made. So, sure, maybe you could argue that, like, okay, this is kind of concerning. The Eagles aren't that good. The flip side is they still probably could have easily, I mean, really, they should have won this game. I mean, they blew this game is the way I viewed it. The question kind of becomes, I suppose, so if this is Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts, has had some of these mistakes, do we just get rid of Jalen Hurts? Is Jalen Hurts done, and does this mean he cannot grow as a player? Well, for one thing, part of what's interesting about someone like Jalen Hurts is because we didn't feel as strongly about him coming out of the draft. At least most people didn't. I actually liked him a lot out of the draft, although that's before I've kind of developed a more sophisticated grading system that I've been using now. But, if you are someone who didn't love him out of college, it probably makes sense to not give him the same amount of time that you would give, like, a Zach Wilson, who maybe, I loved him out of college. I would give Wilson more time just because I like the potential more than maybe most people feel about Jalen Hurts. There is logic there, although that's kind of the flip side is, well, how many quarterbacks really can get up to that high level quickly? And the answer is not many. So, I don't know. I think there's still stuff he can work on, still stuff he can improve. I think he can get better at most of this stuff, but not all of it, So it's a fascinating situation. What do you guys think about Hurts? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.